Hello everyone, this is Professor Capko. I'm here to work with you again on some of your algebra problems. This is the third in my series about how to solve problems with x's. So hopefully you've watched the first two videos in that series and are ready for the next step in the process. So each time I try and kick it up a little bit more, kick it up a notch each time, and now we're going to solve a problem like this. 2x is equal to 8. And as I always say, I always start with easy numbers so you can see the process. We can use this process with any numbers at all, but I do the easy ones first so you can see and believe in the process. Okay, so 2x is equal to 8. We want to get the x by itself to solve it. So as I tell students, I want them to circle whatever they're solving for, in this case x. So we're going to circle that, and I know that I need to get that x all by itself. We can't have that x have anything around it if this is going to be a solution. So we know we're solving for x. The next thing I need to know is what's the relationship between 2 and x. The 2 is right next to the x. There's no plus, there's no minus, nothing else in between. So the 2 is being multiplied by the x. That's a multiplication. The 2 is known as a coefficient, and the x is known as a variable, and the 8 over here is known as a constant. That'll become important later on in some of your studies. But most importantly right now, I want you to know that coefficients are multiplied by the variable. The variable is the x. So the relationship here is multiplication. So to get the 2 out of there, we need to always do the opposite of wherever that function is. So in this case, it was 2 multiplied by x. The opposite of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide this whole side by 2. So that side is divided by 2. Then I'm going to follow what I like to call the pony rule. If you're not sure why I call it the pony rule, go back and watch the last video where I explain it. We're going to call it the pony rule from here on out, and I'm going to divide the 8 by 2 as well. So I'm doing it to both sides to be fair. Alright, 2 over 2, that's a 1. So on this side, all I've got left is x. I go ahead and bring down my equal sign, and I've got 8 divided by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So I've got 4 on one side as a constant. I've got the x on the other side all by itself, so it appears to be a solution. So I go ahead and circle it. Before I enter that as my answer, I'm always going to check it. So I rewrite the problem, 2x is equal to 8. And I'm going to rewrite the problem, and I'm going to pull the x out and leave an empty box there, and put an x there. Put an equal sign and an 8. So I've rewritten the problem as it was. The only difference is I took the x, the variable, out, and I left an empty box there that I promptly labeled, so I know what goes in there. Then we need to decide what goes in there. Well, it appears we've got a solution that x is equal to 4. So I'm going to take the 4 and put it into my x box. And so now I can do the math. 2 times 4 is 8. So I've got 8 is equal to 8. It checks, so I know my answer is 4. So that's how you're going to solve a problem like this with multiplication. And hopefully you found that helpful. If you did, give this a thumbs up or leave me a comment in the comment section. And if you want more math help, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. And don't forget, you can always put one of your problems that you're having trouble with in the comments. And I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can with actually a solution on the video. Alright, this is Professor Capko. I appreciate I hope you're enjoying these videos. Thank you.